Earthquake update, June 30th, 2016. Taking a look here at some recent activity. Starting in the Indian Ocean, we've had some activity on these ridge lines. A shallow 5.1 being the most recent. And as you can see here, a 6.3 strikes Vanuatu 76 minutes ago. Now, that was originally listed as a 5.9, so it's been upgraded. Well, you can see there was a 5.9 as well, so somewhere between that range is probably where USGS will stick at a 6.1 maybe. I'd say they'd probably go with. Azores, seeing some activity. And I was talking about this when we were watching the activity on this Atlantic ridgeline, working its way up toward Iceland. We were seeing all this activity, these big swarms right here, constant. Now it's just gone quiet. We were seeing quakes all the way up in here to the Davis Strait. Iceland expecting volcanic activity here anytime from one of the volcanoes, but you can see here the Azores in Portugal seeing activity. Then we have the Canary Islands. These are areas to pay attention to and to watch, especially knowing the history of some of these places here. 3.1 striking, most recent. Now, when it comes to the United States, it looks like the swarm in the Virgin Islands remaining steady here. Looks like a 4.1 actually struck there here in the past 13 hours. Central California seeing a 2.5 there, the most recent quake. And when it comes to Yellowstone, Yellowstone has seen a 3-pointer here about 3 hours ago. Starting to see more and more activity show up around Yellowstone and hitting at the heart of Yellowstone. This one, fairly shallow as well. We'll zoom in here real quick. We've been seeing them hit over here in Idaho, West Yellowstone, but this is right here in Yellowstone. The last quake hit somewhere up here near the lake, right on the edge of the lake. This is in the national park here. Another magnitude 3 striking. Just to keep tabs on what's going on here. And if any other swarms kick up, I'll make sure to do an update and let folks know. But Washington 14 hours ago, Southern California, fairly quiet. Normally it is swarming like the Virgin Islands. There's always a swarm of little quakes. Not a whole lot going on there. And when that happens, all the way up through the Juan de Fuca, that means energy is building. No quakes around New Madrid here recently either. But when things get quiet, sometimes that's when the big ones hit. Over here at Space Weather, looking at a very blank sun. No activity. And a lot of people associate the auroras that they see with incoming CMEs. And that's always the excuse that they want to give for what causes these beautiful sightings. But the fact is this: they happen, and they can happen when there's no force, no flares, no CMEs, no sunspots, no anything, no solar activity whatsoever. They still appear. And it raises questions as to what's really going on at the poles. Nonetheless, this is some of the recent updates here in terms of space, the sun, and earthquake activity. I'll leave links in the description box. I'll continue to update with more as things change. This has been Dabu7. Peace.